Hey guys, it's Karim. I just want to do this quick video because I've been struggling with being consistent doing things and being on track with my goals in my projects. So maybe you're in the same situation. And I've been realizing, and also with the help of my mentor that introduced me these concepts of inspiration versus forcing something, doing something out of inspiration and love versus efforts. And we're all buying into the hustle culture and doing things from effort for things to work, but it just seems like it doesn't work. And I've been journaling this morning, and I've been realizing from my own life examples and from others that I successful examples of people I look up to, that things come easier if you do them in a different way. So let me just give you an example. I have hard time I want to create apps as an entrepreneur, but I do it sometimes and then sometimes it's like off and it doesn't come like naturally. Now obviously I need to build the habit. So that's one part of it. You don't need to force yourself into doing 1 hour or 2 hours of something that you don't have the habit of doing. Just 5 minutes, 10 minutes a day is gonna be way better, because building the habit is way better than trying to do it once in a while. But really what I noticed is there's this entrepreneur, his name is Marc Lou, and he's really having the lifestyle that I want. And he was living in Bali for a few years. Now he's not living in Bali anymore, but basically he can travel wherever he wants because he's building tech products and living from that. And for a long time his routine in Bali was waking up, going surfing, doing something he really loves, something where he was really feeling great. And then he comes back from that and he starts building apps. That's been very successful for him. And I noticed that was exactly the same thing that I experienced a few months ago. I was on this retreat, and after surfing, it just felt natural for me to I was just feeling inspired to code because I was feeling rested and just, yeah, in that good space of I don't need to do it, I don't need to force it, but I want to, you know? And it just shows that the inspiration is the source of everything. When you do something that you really deeply want to do, like surfing, for example, then the other things come naturally after that. And that's the lesson that my mentor tried to share with me a few times recently, is that everything that you do out of forcing and efforts, eventually it's gonna be pulled back. So you're gonna code and force yourself to do it for 1 day, then the second day it's gonna feel hard. But if you start with doing the things that really inspire you, then coding comes easier. So I don't know if I can expand more on that, but I think the point is clear. Um, I just need to be more in that space. So I know what are the things that inspire me in the morning. I mean, there are different activities that inspire me, and I need to find a way to put more time in that, and then be able to, and then place the other activities like coding just after it. Um, Maybe playing guitar, maybe playing the Nintendo Switch, things that I usually put aside because they're not productive, basically, but that are actually nurturing and like feeding me with good energy. Um, Same thing with the example of waking up early. like I always had hard time like with my sleep schedule. I always sleep a bit late and wake up a bit late. Um, unless I'm traveling and doing something new and being in new places and being excited, then I really doesn't really matter. I'll wake up early and I sleep earlier and I won't need as much sleep because it's exciting. And the worst thing for me is apparently is the boring repetitive stuff sometimes that you have to do. But I'm just saying, like, there are two examples of trying to wake up early. First one is forcing yourself to wake up early because you have to and because you have to work and because etc etc, that narrative. And then the second way of waking up early is like coming from inspiration because you're doing something that inspires you and that you really want to do. For example, waking up and exploring a new city, you know, or waking up and doing some street photography or something that is exciting, you know, really exciting. And usually we do these things once in a while, um, instead of making them habits because we've been told that those things were not good. Um, yeah, so that's all I wanted to share in this video, because I've really been frustrated lately because I cannot get myself to sleep early, wake up early, and I cannot get myself to make progress on my goals. But I think really what it comes from is that the main my time is mainly spent on things that don't really inspire me. For example, my 9 to 5, and that energy takes over everything else in your life if it's the thing that's happening in majority. Unless you start recognizing that I need to start sprinkling in some things that inspire me, and from there those things will grow and take over. And maybe probably they will push away your job at some point that you don't like, but you'll start doing something that you love and make money from that. Yeah, but yeah, I've been frustrated with all of this not being able to make it work. But yeah, those are some keys that I felt like were important and that I wanted to share here. So yeah, if you can relate, let me know. Otherwise, I'll see you in the next one. Thanks for watching. Bye.